Hi guys, good evening. I hope that everyone is having a really good day so far. I think today the all share price index closed roughly at around 13,200. So that puts us roughly around 300 points away from my target. Before we start the video, I have been getting a lot of questions on my pinned tweet on Twitter where I have mentioned a target of 13,500 and possible pullbacks and stuff. People have asked me whether we can expect a pullback at that range. So as of now, I do not see any reason to see a pullback because in terms of price action, the momentum looks pretty strong. If there's any signs of something like that in price action wise, I'll obviously make sure to update you guys on Twitter. So if you're not following me over there, make sure to follow me. I'll post a link in the description. And also another reason why I say that is even though the all share price index is a bit too extended, the SL20, if you had watched my video on the SL20 and the all share price index, I mentioned that my target for the SL20 is roughly around 6,000 points. So in that case, we still have a long way to go in the SL20, and by the looks of it, the SL20 obviously has most of the index heavy counters. So if they move, obviously the all share price index will also most likely move. Bearing all of that in mind, as of now, I don't see any signs of a possible correction. But obviously, one thing you need to know is obviously price action is a bit too overheated. But as we all know, momentum can continue to rise, more than what we can expect or what we expect. Keep those points in mind. I hope that most of the questions get cleared out from what I just said now. So if you have any other questions, obviously make sure to comment in the comment section. So today we'll be looking at two counters. One is CIC, the other one is LMF. So both counters I just feel like has really good potential over the short term and the medium term. So that's why I decided to look at these two for this episode over here. Let's quickly start off with CIC. So let's zoom out to the chart quickly, and what we see here is pretty much a very clear uptrend from the COVID-19 lows all the way till January of 2021. We saw prices move from roughly around 9 rupees all the way towards this 78-80 level. So that's a very strong uptrend, and then since then we have had a period of consolidation, or we can say the prices are forming a base before we can see another possible uptrend. As of now, what we can see here is a very clear rounded base. Now this is on the daily chart. If we switch to the weekly, you would see it more clearly. So let's quickly shift to that after we look at certain points over here. So what we see here is obviously a rounded base, anyone can see it, and also we can see that over the past few weeks, pretty much since around July of 2021, we have seen very strong buying relative to selling pressure. So there has been a very strong period of accumulation pretty much for over an year. CIC has been accumulated around this 40 to 60 area. That's where most of the accumulation has happened. So in that sense, we can understand why CIC is starting to see a bit of momentum coming into the stock. Now if we quickly jump into the moving averages, what we can see here is the 20, 50 and the 200-day moving average. So as of now, we can see clear moving average alignment. We can see that the 200-day moving average is also starting to get a positive slope, which means that it will start supporting the buyers over the long run. And also you can clearly see that prices are above a rising 20 and 50-day moving average. So the 20 moving average, which is the red line, shows the short term trend. The blue line shows the medium term trend, which is indicated by the 50 moving average. So you can clearly see that the 20 is above the 50 and the 50 is above the 200. Thus the moving averages are showing a strong uptrend, and you can also see that prices are finding support around this 20 moving average. So overall, even the moving averages are indicating a continuous uptrend. Right now that we have set aside our moving averages, let's quickly look at the most key pattern on the chart. So like I said, let's quickly jump into the weekly because I think that gives us a better view. Oh, no, you know what, let's focus on the daily chart. So what we can clearly see here is obviously a very nice rounded base. So it's pretty much a period of accumulation where buyers have continued to accumulate this stock. So over here what we can see is that we have main confirmation line is at roughly around 78 rupees, which is the January highs. So let's quickly look at it. Yeah, so it's exactly at 78 rupees. So our key confirmation line is at 78 rupees, and you can see a nice rounded base. And how do we measure a price target for this? We pretty much take the height of the pattern. So assuming that the low is roughly around 44 rupees, and then we have a height, we have the highest point at 78, we have a height of 34 points. So we add it to 78 to get the price target, and we get a price target of roughly around 112 rupees. So 112 roughly is around over here. So this gives us a PT of 112 rupees. So yeah, so that's the price target which is taken from the most primary base on the chart. And in terms of a stop level, there are two ways you can play this out. If you're a more conservative trader, what you can do is obviously wait for confirmation. As of now, we do not have confirmation. This can even possibly be a cup and handle where we can see prices jump towards this 38 level and then again consolidate by another smaller base before we see a breakout. So we can even see something like that happen as well. So hopefully we see a breakout, then another period of consolidation. But as of now, it looks like we have a possible cup without a handle. So again, until we have confirmation, we cannot confirm the pattern. So like I said, there are two ways to play it. If you're a conservative trader, if you want to wait for confirmation, what you can do is you can wait till prices have a valid breakout above 78 rupees, and that way you can get in, and your stop level would be if prices close below 78 rupees again. That would be possibly a level where you would want to stop yourself out, because that would most likely indicate a possible fake out. If you want to give a bit more flexibility into your trade, in terms of when you get in at 78, you can bring your stop level around this 73 level rather than the 78 level. So that is another level that you can keep in mind. But if you're already into the stock, or if you're trading the trend, obviously your stop level can be at either of these levels. One is above the resistance level that was broken over here, which is at roughly around 67.50 rupees. So over here 67.50, that is your current support level, which is your new support level. So this will obviously be your immediate stop level. And if you want to give it a bit more room or flexibility, you can have it below the most recent higher low, which is roughly at around, which is at 60 rupees. So this is another level where you can have your stop. So again, where you place your stop is completely up to you. It doesn't have to be at 67.50 or 60. It can be anywhere on the chart. That depends on what sort of trader you are, how conservative you are, or whether you like risk. So in that case, you need to give more flexibility into your trade. But regardless, this is just two of my stop levels that I would have if I'm already in the stock as of now, and if I'm trend trading it. So in that being said, again, like I said, completely depends on you, and you need to adjust your risk levels according to the sort of trader or investor you are. So right, so let's quickly summarize everything that we have looked at. We know that the overall trend is positive and favoring the buyers, the short term, the medium term, and the long term. We know that currently we are in a strong period of strong accumulation. We can see that there's heavy buying on the stock, and also we can see that another key resistance level at 67.50 has been broken. We have identified two stop levels if you're already in now. One is at 67.50 and the other one is at 60 rupees. We know our most important level to break on the chart is at 78 rupees, which is a confirmation line. And also we know that we have a price target of roughly around 112 rupees. So right, that is all about CIC that I wanted to show. I feel like this is a good short to medium term stock that you can keep on your watch list, and you can obviously decide when to enter, when to exit the stock. So completely up to you. So any questions on CIC, don't forget to mention it in the comment section. If you want to add any fundamentals of the company or anything like that, obviously feel free to put it in the comment section, so that everyone will also be aware of that information as well. So right, that's about it on CIC. Let's quickly move into LMF. Right, so LMF, on the other hand, we have had a very strong run. So we have let's quickly zoom out to the chart. So overall, what we have seen is again another very strong uptrend. So we can see this move from the May lows, May 2020 lows, all the way to the January highs of 2021, and then we had this strong pullback, and then we saw a period of strong consolidation around this range. And after prices broke out towards the end of this year, we can see that prices went from almost 190 all the way towards 300, almost 300, over a span of roughly around 2 weeks. So this is what happens when you have a very strong period of consolidation. This is what happens, you see a very strong impulsive move. So right, so that's about it on the overall trend, but let's look at the moving averages as well. So as expected, you can clearly see that the moving averages are well aligned and showing a very strong uptrend, and we can see the prices are also finding possible support around the 20-day simple moving average. So in terms of the moving averages, again we know that it's signaling upside potential. So right, so let's look at a possible pattern that I've seen over here. So this can be called a possible bullish wedge as well. Let me draw it here and right over here. So yeah, so you can possibly even call this a bullish wedge on the chart. So in terms of an or you can even call this a flag formation. So this is the flag of the pattern, this is the flagpole, my bad, this is the flagpole, and then this area over here is the flag formation. So so pretty much the wedge is the flag, and then we have the flagpole. So in terms of an entry, ideally I would like to enter LMF if prices can pull back towards this lower trend line. So that's roughly anywhere between 245 to 244ish level. So it is a confluence level, because you can clearly see that there's horizontal support around this 244 level, and also this downward sloping trend line, which also falls around this 244 245 level. So ideally what I would like to see is something like this in terms of price action. So I would like to see a pullback over here, and then a push towards the upper trend line, a bit of a pullback, and then a final breakout to the upside. So that's what I would like to see on LMF. Getting at this level would obviously reduce my risk as well, rather than getting in the middle part of this pattern. So ideally I would like to get in around this support level and risk it. In terms of a risk level, what I would probably do is, if prices close below this 244 level, that would most likely be a signal that we might even see a further pullback. So in that case, that's where I would stop myself out. So if anyone didn't understand that part, where I would stop my, so we know that support is at roughly around 244 245. If prices have a daily close below that level, that's where I would stop myself out. So as of now, looks a lot like we have a flag formation happening over here. In terms of an entry, roughly I would like to get in around this 244 245 level. So now that we have looked at a stop level, let's quickly look at a price target. So if from a wedge, if you are looking at it from a wedge perspective, your most conservative price target would be the pattern high. So the pattern high is roughly at around 295. So that's where your initial price target would be. So we can call it PT1 is 295 rupees. And then another way you can do it is you can measure the height of the pattern. So you can take 295, and then you can find where prices would most likely pull back to the lowest point of the pattern. So assuming that it's at 245, we have roughly a 50-point height. And if we add it to the breakout level, assuming that say that it breaks out at 267, we have a price target of roughly around 317 rupees. So let's quickly adjust this level over here, and we have a price target of 317 rupees. So we can call it PT1 317 rupees. So that's sorry, PT2, my bad, PT2. Cool. Okay, so yeah, that's another one. So now we have looked at two price targets from the wedge formation. Let's quickly look at a price target if this is a possible flag formation. So again, we measure the height of the pattern. So the highest point is at 295. We can say that the lowest point is at around 177. So that gives us a height of 118 points. So let's call it from this point over here all the way to the highest point over here, gives us a price target of 108. Sorry, gives us a height of 118 points. So if we add 118 points towards this assumed breakout level at around 267, we get a price target of roughly around 385 as well. So it's roughly around here. PT3 from flag equals 385 rupees. So again, remember, none of these targets are, well, none of these targets are guarantees, but most importantly, none of these targets will work unless we have confirmation. So for us to have confirmation, we need to see LMF break this downward sloping trend line. So let's highlight it. This trend line needs to be broken, which will most likely confirm the flag formation, and at the same time will confirm this bullish wedge as well. So again, let's quickly summarize everything that we have looked at. So we know that the moving averages are very well aligned. In terms of volume also, we can see heavy buying relative to selling, and also most importantly, we can see that the minor pullback that we have had over the past few days have been on declining volume and also on very low volume relative to buying. So that is another good bullish sign for the buyers. And in terms of price targets, we have identified three. One is at 295, the other one is at 317, and the last one at 385 rupees. In terms of a stop level, my stop level would go anywhere on a close below 244 rupees. And we have two formations, the flag formation and the bullish wedge. Obviously we don't have confirmation since we do not have a valid breakout. So in that sense, bearing that in mind, we do not go aggressive on the stock unless we have proper confirmation. So right, that's about it on LMF as well. Again, if you guys have any questions or if you guys have any information from a fundamental perspective about LMF and CIC, obviously don't forget to put those all in the comment section. It will be helpful to everyone watching the video, including myself. So right, so that's about it. Most importantly, I'm halfway through collecting that 4K hours that I need to get so there's something on YouTube that I need to collect 4,000 hours for. So I'm done with 2,000. So if you can watch the entire video, that will be really helpful for the channel. Oh, it's monetization or something. So to get monetized, I need to collect 4,000 hours, and I'm halfway through that. So if you can watch the entire video, that will be really helpful. And finish it off, and obviously make sure to like the video and stay subscribed, because there's a lot more videos coming your way. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you guys have a really good day, and tomorrow is a Kapruk IPO as well. So for anyone who has applied, good luck. Hope you guys make some really good money off of it as well. Thank you guys, and have a good day.